Yeah,
Everyone
I
sees
think
the
I think it's a good time.
presentation?
Let's
All
get
right.
rolling.
All right. So thank you again for joining us today for our monthly webinar. And today's webinar, HeinOnline International 101, your essential research toolkit. So this webinar is going to be a little bit different than past webinars that we've done, but hopefully you learned just as much from this one. It's going to be kind of what is HeinOnline. We're going to talk about HeinOnline, the benefits of HeinOnline, and some of the great features of the database. And again, we'll open it up to questions at the end, and please feel free to leave any comments, questions in the chat box throughout the webinar. So meet your presenters. My name's Roxanne Marmion. I work in the sales department here at Hein. I've actually been with the Hein company coming up on 20 years this February. So it's been a great run here. I've enjoyed my time at the company. I've worked in many different departments. I previously worked with print products, print subscriptions, and then I have a marketing background. So I spent some time in the marketing department, and now I've been over here on the sales team for about 15 years. And I'm really enjoying my time here in the sales department. I'm joined today by my colleague, Tim Hoagie.
Yeah, and hi everyone. My name is Tim Hoagie. I've been with the Hein company I'm celebrating 16 years this week. So as you can tell, both Roxanne and I have know the ins and outs of the Hein company quite well. And like Roxanne, I've worked in many different areas of the company, everything from HeinOnline production, HeinOnline support, marketing, and now running the sales department. So we both had the opportunity to work with literally thousands of different institutions from around the world to kind of guide you through what HeinOnline is and how it can best be used. And some of the things that we're going to talk about today in this webinar is what is HeinOnline and why is it so popular? How the integrated resources work and kind of work together to make a kind of a full and broad resource for your library patrons. How though that resource can be applicable across many different academic disciplines. And then finally, we're going to talk about some of the HeinOnline myths that are out there that people kind of unknowingly think about HeinOnline, but actually aren't true. So we're going to try and set the record straight a bit.
But first, we really want to gather feedback throughout the webinar. So the first thing we're going to do here, we're going to run a quick poll. Okay, so poll question number 1, feel free to answer. Multiple choice here. You can select more than one. Does everyone see the poll?
I can see it.
Okay, so if everyone just wants to put in an answer here, what brought you to our webinar today? Select all that apply. You're looking to add databases to our library, looking to replace other databases, heard about HeinOnline from a colleague. I'm here for the webinar incentive. It is a great incentive today. And of course, the HeinOnline sales reps are awesome. I mean, hopefully we'll get at least one of those.
That'll be the most, I think.
So I'll just give everyone a couple minutes here. So we got halfway through there, about halfway. All right, still getting a few more here. I'll just give it another second here. And then we'll just take a quick look at the results. We can't see who is answering what, so just everyone knows that. All right, 81% done, almost done, almost done. All right. All right, I'll go ahead and end the poll now. Let's see our results here. We'll share the results. Okay.
Oh,
all right, interesting. So
that's a
we
great
have
mix.
a lot of about 36% heard of HeinOnline from a colleague. Some are here for the incentive, which that's great. All right, 3, the sales reps are awesome. Like it.
All right,
That's
all right.
wonderful.
We're not last.
All right, looking to add databases. All right, perfect. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna stop sharing that now and click out of there. All right. So about the giveaway. So anyone who is here right now and stays throughout the entire webinar is going to be eligible to win a $250 airline gift card. So we are going to pick one winner at the end of the webinar. The marketing department, after it finishes, will pick a winner. And so if you get an email from us, from our marketing department saying, hey, you've won a $250 airline gift card, that's from us. That's from the marketing department letting you know you're the winner. So you'll be notified in the next 2 business days if your name was selected. So you just have to stay for the until the end of the webinar to be included in the drawing. All right, so let's get started here. What is HeinOnline? I know some people here are already on trial. Some people are new to HeinOnline, are not super familiar with it. So we just kind of want to give a nice general overview about the database. So HeinOnline, it's an online research database comprised of over 200 million pages of content across 100 plus databases. What makes HeinOnline unique from other databases or makes the database so valuable? We're image-based. Everything in HeinOnline is PDF image-based format. So it's like you have the official version available to you, the authoritative source. So it's truly like having an entire library full of books and an easy to use, fully searchable database. So your footnotes, your graphs, your charts, your pictures, they'll be exactly where they appear. Your citations are accurate, so you can use HeinOnline for your citation checking. And I've even had a number of customers who have been able to replace some print subscriptions with HeinOnline, saving money on the print and getting HeinOnline because it's like having the official version, the official print version. HeinOnline is truly a multidisciplinary database. Within HeinOnline, we cover over 40 different academic subjects. This is going to include history, political science, religious studies, women's studies, business, law, economics, criminal justice, and so much more. We also have over 3,200 multidisciplinary journals. So within these journals, we cover over 1,500 research topics. Just to name just a few of the research topics covered, we have a substantial amount of content on human rights, international relations, military law and government, law of the sea, war and peace, business, art, even arts. So 1,500 different topics covered within these 3,200 journals that we have. HeinOnline truly is an easy to use, intuitive database. So we have a number of artificial intelligence tools and research aids that make HeinOnline super easy to use. So I am going to go into more detail about some of these research aids and tools that we have in a few slides. So in a few minutes, I'll talk more about them. They include our keyword searching, our scholar check features, our Pathfinder tool. So I do want to talk more about these in a few minutes. And then affordability. HeinOnline truly is an affordable database. If you look at the amount of content that you get access to with a subscription, our subscription packages include tens of thousands of titles. So you get a subscription package, you're going to get these tens of thousands of titles included in there, for a very affordable, low price. And then again, once you do subscribe, we're always adding new content. Every month we do a content release where we'll add new journal titles, we'll add new content, new databases even to existing packages. So you could subscribe to a package and then the next month you'll see all these new you'll see a new database listed and we just add it free of charge. So, you really a great value with HeinOnline for what you get. And making HeinOnline even more affordable, we work with a number of consortiums around the world. You can see a few of them listed here. The CALL Consortium in Australia, MALMAD Consortium in Israel, South African National Library and Information Consortium. We also work with, not listed here, but we work with the Eiffel Consortium. We work with the Swiss Consortium in Switzerland, the Swiss Academic Consortium. And if you do not see your consortium listed here and you would like us to work with them or reach out to them, we are always open to reaching out to new consortiums. So please, if you want to leave a comment in the chat, if you want to just put the name of the consortium, we can either verify if we do indeed work with them or if we may already partner with them, or we'll reach out to them if we don't already. So we're always looking for new partnerships. So please reach out to us, throw something in the chat if there is a consortium that you'd like us to look into working with. So, and we have our first question here. So I'm going to pause here for a minute. How useful is HeinOnline database for undergraduate students? extremely useful, extremely, and we'll show in a few slides here just how HeinOnline is just not it. It's always been known as a legal product. It's so much more than that. We have grown substantially in the general academic market, you know, covering those 40 academic subjects. It is so much more that, you know, so many different disciplines are covered in here. It has become an extremely popular research database in the general academic market. So Tim, do you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
Yeah. I mean, just in the United States alone, we have over 800 undergraduate academic institutions that use HeinOnline on a daily basis, and they use it very heavily. And that's just the United States. Around the world, there's undergraduate academic institutions that use it. There's hundreds that around the world, or even thousands, I should say, of academic institutions that use it for, younger students who use research all sorts of different topics. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more.
Great question. All right, so just a sample of the content included in HeinOnline. So as I mentioned earlier, we have over 100 different databases available with subscription options. So what we've done is we've packaged together some of our key databases into these different subscription packages, and we tailor these subscription packages to our customers' research needs. So we have packages tailored, let's say, for our US customers. We have packages tailored for our international customers. We have a package tailored for the United Kingdom. We have all these different subscription packages. So what I'm going to do here is just cover just a quick sampling of the content that we have in HeinOnline. And a number of these databases you see here would be included in most of our international subscription packages. So I mentioned the Law Journal Library. Over 3,200 journals in here, the full text of 3,200 journals. Now, what's great about our journal content? Not only great that it has 3,200 journals, multidisciplinary journals, every journal starts at the earliest volume. So if you're looking for a historic journal, earlier edition of a journal that you can't find elsewhere online, HeinOnline will have it. Again, everything starts at volume 1, earliest historic editions available for almost all publications in HeinOnline. And then we're always adding new journals. So we try to add about 10 new journals a month on average. That's not every month. But we're always adding new content to the journal database. We have a database focused on civil rights and social justice. You can see here, we even have a database focused on pandemics. English reports. So this is a very popular one because this is the material that's hard to find. We have the full reprint of the English reports. So we cover from 1220 through the 1800s. We also have the statutes of the realm included in here as well. And then the English law reports pre-1865. The Foreign and International Law Resources Database. This is a very popular one, database for our researchers doing international research. So in this database, you're going to find international yearbooks. You're going to find the Court of Justice of the European Communities publications. We have an entire section focused on the International Human Rights Law Institute. So all of their publications would be in here. We have international law reports from the Law Library of Congress, and so much more. So really great information in this database. Gun regulation and legislation in America, so following gun law in America. The legal classics. I definitely want to spend a minute talking about the legal classics. This is included in most subscription packages, and this is just such a great database for finding those hidden gems, those hard to find books and treatises that are really hard to find online. There's over 19,000 books and treatises available in this legal classics database from famous legal scholars. I mean, we have content dating back to the 1500s, the 1600s. Some of these books, we have to use white gloves to handle. They're so fragile, they're so rare. Special scanning devices that we use to scan the images. So again, over 19,000 different books and treatises in here. So definitely take a look at this if you have a trial or if you're thinking about a trial. A database, LGBTQ plus rights database. This was a newer addition that we added to most core packages. Open Society Justice Initiatives. This database focuses on human rights research. Slavery in America and the World, which covers slavery in America and the world and English-speaking countries. World Constitutions Illustrated. This is going to be a comprehensive database for constitutions for every country in the world. We'll have the English version as well as the native language, and then substantial constitutional histories, and then other relevant constitutional research materials, different books, journal articles, documents relevant to constitutional research. The World Treaty Library. This is one of a kind treaty database, comprehensive treaty database covering treaties from the United Nations treaties, the US treaty series, Wicketer, Bevins treaty series. So it's really, I think, one of the greatest treaty research databases out there because it's really comprehensive. We have a great treaty research tool that makes it really easy to find exactly what you're looking for in here. So definitely check that out if you're on trial. All right, I'm going to switch it over.
Sorry about that. I couldn't unmute myself. So thanks, Rox. And going off of what Roxanne just covered in terms of the content that we have, it really dovetails, or it makes sense with the question that we just had about HeinOnline being perfect for everything from undergraduate institutions all the way up into graduate and law school professional programs. HeinOnline covers a whole multidisciplinary scope of research. What you can see on the slide here is some of the material that we like to highlight, including international relations, political science, human rights. History is a really big one, as is religion, but excuse me, it goes beyond that. We have programs around the world that use HeinOnline for a variety of different research subjects, and those include nursing, paralegal programs, engineering, environmental studies, indigenous studies, civil rights, and the list goes on. And one of the things that's beautiful about those different subjects is, at least on the fringes, many of them overlap in the areas of research that they look at. History looks at human rights, and political science looks at paralegal, and nursing looks at both women's studies and civil rights and regulation. So the list goes on, and that's what makes HeinOnline so powerful and so useful. All those different subjects, that broad scope of research areas, can all use one centralized source for searching and finding the most important, easy to use resources that they can possibly find on the internet, in my opinion.
All right, so next I want to talk about, I mentioned, we talked about earlier how intuitive HeinOnline is, and I said that I would talk more about some of the key features of HeinOnline that make our database so intuitive. The first one I want to talk about here is our Pathfinder tool. I'm just gonna show here how it works. Let's see if I can get this to play. Doesn't want to do that, but so Pathfinder. So we used a combination of human curation and artificial intelligence to subject code every single article in the journal database. So that's where we come up with these 1,500 different subjects that I mentioned earlier. So it just makes researching on a specific topic just so easy to do. So you go into our journal database, you find this Pathfinder tool. Okay, there's a couple ways to use it. You can either use the graph view, which you're seeing right here, the graph view. And then there's also a text view. So what you do, you go into the Pathfinder tool, you find the subject that you're looking for. You can see how we have 5 broad subjects covered here: humanities, social sciences, natural and formal sciences, applied sciences, and other industries. And then you can keep narrowing down until you find the specific subject you're looking for. Then once you find that subject, you click on it, and then it'll give you a list of all articles on that particular area. Okay, and then what you can do from there is search within those journal articles. So it just, again, it's just a great way to find on-point relevant articles for your research. Just to give you an example, just so you can see, that how much content we have. Let's say you scroll down to human rights and you're looking for human rights articles. You can see there's over 147,000 articles in the journal database focused on human rights. International relations, over 500,000 articles on international relations. Then from there, you just search within and to find the most relevant on-point content or articles for your research. So in addition to the Pathfinder tool, a couple more of these great features I want to talk about that make HeinOnline so intuitive. We have a keyword search. So you're going to find the keyword search in the journal database. So under advanced searching, so if you already have a trial now and you want to get to this tool, keyword search, you can put in any of your keywords that you're thinking of. So this is different than our Boolean searching that customers may have used in the past. Put in any keyword. You can weight the word on how important it is in your research, and then run your search and it'll find you all the on-point relevant material. Now, the second piece of this is more like this. So let's say you're looking at an article and you want to find on-point relevant content. In our image toolbar, you're going to see a more like this feature. Click more like this, and it's going to give you additional on-point relevant material based on that original article. So it's just a way to keep diving deeper into your research. We also have something called Scholar Check. Scholar Check has so many great features included within it. I'm just going to talk about a couple of them real quick here. With Scholar Check, let's say you run a search and you want to see what's trending. What are other people reading? You can actually sort your search results by the number of times cited. So click number of times accessed. I'm sorry. So click sort by number of times accessed. See what other users are reading on the subject. You can also see the most cited articles first. So I want to see what is everyone else citing back to, sort by the number of times cited, and it'll give you the most cited results first. Now, along with that, you can actually click on all the articles that cite that article. So you're reading an article, click on the articles that cite it, and then you can actually get a list of all those and read those articles. And then the last piece of this that I want to talk about, reading an article, you see a hyperlink in there. If that article cites another article and it's in HeinOnline, click the link and it'll take you right to that document. You never have to leave your original page. You never have to leave the database. So it's just a way to, it really integrates all of your resources together, make them super easy to use, and and continuing on with your research. Some of the noteworthy publishers we work with. So we work with hundreds, thousands of publishers from around the world. And we just want to name a few of them that we work with here, because I know some customers don't even realize how many different publishers we work with. We have content from Brill, Sage, Oxford, Cambridge, Kluwer, Taylor and Francis, Edward Elgar, Sweet and Maxwell, all included in HeinOnline. So we license content with them, and then we add a number of their titles into our database. Now, I do want to mention how with some of these publishers, what we've done, we've been able to negotiate an agreement where we put the historic content for their journal content in our journal database. And then we offer an option that you can subscribe to the current content for those journals separately. So the historic would be included in the journal database free of charge with your core subscription package. And then again, we offer that current content as well as a separate kind of database or module. So, and we're always, we have publishers constantly coming to us looking to put their content in HeinOnline now too. So we're always negotiating with new publishers as well. So keep an eye out for that. Now, time for another poll. All right, guys. So again, we're trying to get feedback throughout the webinar. So I am going to run another poll here real quick. Let's see here. If I can get this second poll to... all right, actually, that's not what I want to do. All right. I am going to launch the second poll now. Does everyone see this? Tim, you see this?
Yes, I see it.
All right, poll 2. What is your biggest barrier to purchasing HeinOnline? One choice here, single choice. Cost, budget. We have other research databases. We have limited users, research needs, or we are unfamiliar with HeinOnline. So I'm going to give everybody just a couple minutes here to select their answer. I see the answers still coming in here. So we've definitely, talking to customers and getting feedback. We know that sometimes you have other databases that you would have to, just budget-wise replace HeinOnline with, and I know budgets are definitely a concern. And I know, again, I'm familiar with HeinOnline, that's why we definitely offer generous trials. Everyone familiar with it? All right, I'll just give a couple more minutes. We have about 52% of participants have selected. I'll just give it one more minute here. See if anyone else wants to throw in an answer. 57% now. All right. Good. All right, I'll go ahead and end the poll here and share the results. All right, so 50% did say they have other research databases. So completely understand that. And again, we've had so many customers who have actually been able to replace more expensive subscriptions with HeinOnline because it's so affordable. So
yeah, that's a great reason to see actually for us, because we can show you how HeinOnline does a great job of replacing those other databases at a more affordable price.
yep. All right, so I am going to click out of here. All right, debunking HeinOnline myths. So in talking to customers around the world, we get a lot of feedback. We hear things, people think about HeinOnline that just simply aren't true. So we're just going to debunk a few HeinOnline myths here. HeinOnline is only for the US. I think this chart, this graph here, picture shows how international we are. We are literally found around the world. We have subscribers in countries around the entire world. So you can see here, of course, yeah, we have a lot in the US, but you can see here how it's not just a US product. We have over 1,500 of our subscribers. We have 4,200 subscribers to HeinOnline. 26% of those customers are international. Myth 2, HeinOnline is only for law schools. Absolutely not true. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but you can see of the 1,500 international subscribers, this includes general academic libraries, law firms, community colleges, government agencies, public libraries, and more.
All right, so myth 3, that we offer too much content, and it's kind of unbelievable. People feel that what we offer is almost too much or more than what their library may need. Well, with 40 plus databases of multidisciplinary content, you might think, well, I don't need all that. Well, don't think about it that you're paying for extra content. The extra is actually, it's gravy. It's a bonus on top of what you're already paying for. If you think about what a physical library looks like, there are thousands of books available, and they're not all used all the time. But when that one particular patron comes in and they're looking for that special rare nugget of information, those books that are kind of waiting in the wings and aren't used all the time become very valuable, because those have that rare piece of knowledge that not everyone's looking for. And that's how HeinOnline works. We have a huge scope of information available. So that professor who's looking to do a very odd and obscure piece of research, they can find what they're looking for in HeinOnline. And that student who's looking for the standard test question, that answer that every other student in the entire class is looking for, they can find it too. So HeinOnline serves all the needs through the amount of content that we offer. And with that being said, part of that content and that scope of content creates our competitive advantage. What we're looking at here is we did a study a few years ago in where we compared the top 100 journals that are available in multiple different databases. And the top 100 journals are not decided by us, but by the Washington and Lee University's journal ranking project. And we looked at a couple different things. The number of full text volumes that are available across the different databases, and the number of most cited articles that are available across those same databases. If we look at the left-hand side of the screen here, you can see that HeinOnline, at the time of doing this study, we had over 6,408 volumes available from those top 100 titles. The next closest number that came in was just about half of that at 3,276. And then the numbers just continued to decline from there. For the number of most cited articles available in full text, we had 99 out of 100. The next closest was at 63 volumes, and then again the numbers just continued to decline. Now, this is specific to just journals, what we're looking at here, but these results can be expanded and extrapolated across all the different content that HeinOnline has available. The amount of material that we have going back to inception on all the material that we have and bringing it up to date and filling in all those gaps provides HeinOnline that incredible competitive advantage at an amazing price. But you don't have to take our word for it. There are people out there around the world who are using HeinOnline every day and will speak up and tell you how important HeinOnline is for them and for their library. Here is just a testimonial or a quote from the Ministry of Justice, the country in the country of Georgia, sorry. And the quote is, "The state body said free access to HeinOnline would make the process of bringing Georgian legislation closer to European Union legal standards more effective, strengthen activities based on scientific findings and analytics within the ministry, and it would promote human rights-oriented approaches and evidence-based policies." So there you can see HeinOnline is providing all that different support within the country of Georgia. And then here's another one from on the academic side from Katrina Daniels at McGill University. And Katrina says, "So grateful for HeinOnline, particularly in the COVID context, but really always. Your keyword search building and more like this features are fantastic, and our students especially are always blown away when I demonstrate how to use them." So there, again, is just an example of how people are finding HeinOnline useful for their libraries and for their students.
All right, so about our trial. So we're, I want to remind everyone, if you're not already on trial, please, sign up for one. We're always offering 3 months unlimited campus-wide access. We do IP and proxy authentication. We have both available. If you use Open Athens, we also work with Open Athens. So we have, again, I know we had this demo here, but if you want a personalized demonstration, we'd be happy to schedule once you're on trial. And I know we have some here that are on trial. If you'd like a more in-depth on searching or browsing, let us know. We'd be happy to schedule another demonstration. Risk-free, that is the most important thing here. Risk-free, no obligations. It's something I get asked all the time. You go on trial, your trial is set up for 3 months. It automatically gets turned off after 3 months. There's no other obligation to it. Like, you're done, that's it. It's completely risk-free, no charge for these trials. So, if you're interested in a trial following this, let us know. Another thing I want to mention, we do work with multiple discovery layers. So if you do have a discovery layer, EBSCO, ALMA, etc., let us know, and we can let you know if we work with them, just to make integrating HeinOnline into your catalog super easy to do. So just a reminder there about the trials, and then contact us if you're interested, if you have questions. We have our phone number, the marketing email. Then Tim and I can also be reached. I'm going to put both of our email addresses in the chat box. If you want to email us directly. And I also want to open it up now to questions. So any questions at all, if you want to put them in the chat box, you can either directly send them to Tim or I, or to everyone. We'll wait a few minutes here and see if anyone has any questions. Again, you can email us directly with any questions or feedback. So let's just see here, Tim, if we have any questions.
Yeah, I don't see any popping in yet, but I do want to say, if there's anything that we didn't cover in this webinar and you're interested in learning more about it, let us know. Or if there's future webinar topics or areas that maybe you thought we could have covered better throughout the webinar, you can let us know now, or you can send us an email. Either way works best.
So we'll wait another minute here and see if we get any questions coming in here. Any questions at all? Again, if you want to you know, if you want to wait on after the webinar ends and cover anything additional, we'd be happy. We'd be happy to stay around for that. So,
Oh, all right.
all right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. It doesn't look like we have any questions here. So I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure, and we hope to see you at our next webinar.
All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.